Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. Every week, we talk about how to love ourselves, others, and a higher nature, how to improve our finances, career, health, relationships, and spirituality. We've been talking about my book, Guide Types, 4 Ways to Find the Love of Your Life, how to identify the right personality type for you in a long-term soulmate relationship. And we were talking about the different personality types: meaning seeker, security seeker, knowledge seeker. And today we're going to talk about the last one, which is the excitement seeker, someone who is practical and spontaneous and loves to have fun, adventure, and enjoy life in a spontaneous way. Excitement seekers make up 25% of the female population and 28% of the male population. If you're an excitement seeker, you love fun, spontaneity, and adventure. Your motto is try everything once and the good things twice. Although most people may have a desire for excitement at times, you have a consistent need for a more tangible expression of excitement. To you, freedom means to act on impulse, respond to the needs of the moment, and have an impact. You're the type of person who is easy and fun to be around. You're quick with a joke, laugh, or smile. You don't take things too seriously for too long. You're always eager to try out the next fun experience. You're open to others. You can be naive and trusting at times. And you let people come and go into your life as you wish. You're not really very controlling. As a result, you may be hurt by a partner because they try to take advantage of you. They see you as weak. Fortunately, you can move on from bad relationships quickly because of your flexibility and charm. As an excitement seeker, you're too busy enjoying the moment to worry about the future. You tend to be pragmatic in solving problems, yet at the same time, you can be impulsive and spontaneous. You're also very adaptable and flexible. Because you have a tendency to accept whomever is in front of you at the moment, you may not be good at recognizing true quality and compatibility in a mate. You're optimistic and risk-loving. Therefore, you may not recognize important character flaws or incompatibility in a potential mate. As a result, you need to remind yourself to look beyond the surface characteristics and determine what his true personality and nature is really like. In this way, you can make smarter choices in love. Overall, you're enthusiastic and carefree, playful and exciting. You yearn for freedom and exploring new things. Here are some other aspects of your personality. You're resourceful. You can come up with practical solutions to real problems. You can be crafty, shrewd, and street smart. You hunger for freedom and action. You don't like to be tied down to 9-to-5 situations. You want to experience life. You like to deal with realistic problems. You're practical. You ask, if there's no payoff, what's the bother? You're also optimistic. You like to live in the moment. The past is history. You don't like regrets. And the future is still off in the distance, so you don't like wasting your time planning for it. You like to be in the middle of the game now. You can be cynical. You can see the hidden motives in other people, and you're skeptical of the holier-than-thou type of people. You always think they could be hiding something. You're flexible and open-minded, and you're willing to take big risks if you need to. And you also may be good at using machines and tools. You like to work with your hands, perhaps, if you're a craftsperson personality, maybe mechanics, arts and crafts, and other activities in which you can use your hands-on abilities. You're also a tolerant person who accepts people as they are, and you want them to do the same for you. As an excitement seeker, you love being excited. You have a high threshold for excitement, and you enjoy the rush of a new adventure. To you, action is the prize. You climb a mountain just for the fun of it, for the high, for the rush. You thrive on stimulation. You live in your 5 senses. You want the music a little louder, the clothes more colorful, the food and drink stronger and more flavorful. Everywhere you go, you bring a powerful energy, a zest for living that announces, I'm here, let's get the party started. Jonathan, my producer, you look like a cool guy that likes to have fun. Are you an excitement seeker in any way?
So I feel like if I'm drinking or something, or say if I'm going out with someone and they're an excitement seeker, I kind of feed off their energy, if that makes sense.
Okay, Jonathan, so what you're saying is you're kind of a chameleon. You kind of adapt to the person you're with. And I think you said earlier that you're kind of a meaning seeker. You're a sensitive person. So do you pick up on other people's vibes and kind of go along with them in some ways?
I like that chameleon comment. I feel like depending on the situation, I kind of adapt to what's in front of me. But I guess like in the day-to-day, I'm kind of that meaning seeker. Like I'm sensitive, I'm shy. I like to delve in my thoughts and emotions. But, you know, say if I'm going on, it's fun, I'll embrace the night, if that makes sense.
John, I think you need a drink right now. You're talking as if you want to have a little fun. But I understand what you're saying. You can kind of adapt in certain ways, but meaning is really your overall philosophy. But back to the excitement seeker. So they often yearn for impact. If you're an excitement seeker, you need to be a potent person who can affect the daily world, whether it's by shocking, mocking, or changing the establishment, the status quo. You crave to perform impressive actions, making a difference in the world, making your mark. You also believe that variety is the spice of life as an excitement seeker. You want your life filled with new sensations and experiences. You don't like to visit the same restaurant twice. You want to try a new one. You may change the times when you eat based on a whim. Also, you want to meet new people, visit new places and vacation spots, buy new cars, clothes, and houses. You also tend to have a good ear for sounds and a good eye for colors and textures as an excitement seeker. You feel good about yourself when you're artistic, audacious, bold, and take risks. You like to live fearlessly. You may even put yourself in danger just to prove that you can walk away from trouble unscathed. You might jump off a cliff, bungee jumping, or you might go river rafting or do extreme sports because you like the thrill of the challenge. You also pride yourself on being adaptable to changing circumstances, and you work well in a crisis. You always seem to land on your feet no matter what the problem or emergency. One challenge you have is that you may not always learn from your mistakes since you don't tend to think much about your past. Thus, you may repeat mistakes. On the other hand, your ability to go with the flow often saves you. Your instincts for survival are uncanny. Now, one thing we're talking about, Jonathan, about your type, you said you're a meaning seeker, but many times people have a secondary type. For example, you could be a meaning seeker with an excitement seeker as number 2, or maybe you're a security seeker, and then part of you wants to have a little bit of excitement. So what would you say your secondary type is if you have one, Jonathan?
Feel like definitely right now, as you described all the attributes, I feel like my second is probably a meaning seeker because I like extreme sports. I used to skateboard a lot. I plan on skydiving eventually. I'm pretty creative.
Now, wait a minute, Jonathan. I'm a little confused. You say your secondary is a meaning seeker, but you said it was primary before. So what do you really mean?
I actually, I meant excitement seeker is my second, meaning seeker is my first, if that makes sense. I just got them confused, jumbled up.
Well, Jonathan, you need a shot of cappuccino too. I can see you're a little tired today. But I see what you're saying. So meaning seeker and excitement seeker. And that could be a nice combination. So we're going to probe a little more into that, how people can have a blend sometimes. But you have one primary personality type. For example, in this case, it could be excitement seeker or meaning seeker or something else. Now, if you're an excitement seeker, who is your best match in a relationship? Typically, excitement seekers do well with other excitement seekers, people who also are practical and spontaneous, someone who have an incredible desire for joy, laughter, excitement, adventure, and pleasure. And they have the motto, because you only live once, you need to make the most of it. So you could meet your ideal excitement seeker, if you're an excitement seeker as well, at activities that revolve around adventure, extreme sports, car shows, river rafting, bungee jumping, crafts, and entrepreneur clubs. If you're more extroverted as an excitement seeker, you might meet your partner in acting classes, nightclubs, comedy clubs, and of course, Vegas and any kind of bright light, social activities, concerts, and plays. Let's talk about some dating tips that you can use as an excitement seeker to help you get better results in your relationships. First of all, don't be too generous or overenthusiastic too soon with your date. You might scare away certain personalities because you're just over the top sometimes. You're so excited and you want to be with that person and connected to them. Also, don't make promises you can't keep. Because you're so optimistic, you may see things as very rosy, and the other person may take everything at face value, and when you're just trying to be a positive person. Don't immediately dismiss a calm and trustworthy person as boring. Because you like excitement so much, you may not consider people that are a little quieter than you, even though they could also be excitement seekers, but they're more introverted types. And that could be just fine. Also, don't assume that someone who doesn't display a sense of humor is not funny. Maybe it takes a while for them to warm up, or perhaps they have a sarcastic or dry sense of humor that you need to learn how to appreciate. And finally, avoid dating too many people and focus on the one you like. As an excitement seeker, you like the novelty of new relationships, and you might want to date more than one person. But when you do that, you don't get to know the individual very well, and it's hard to develop a serious long-term relationship. So focus on the one you really like. So as an excitement seeker, you have a lot of qualities that you can offer to a potential mate. You are fun, charming, playful like a child. adventuresome. You are quick acting, spontaneous, and you fully enjoy life. And if you match up with someone similar to you, you guys can have a wonderful, lifelong experience of joy, spontaneity, and adventure. So Love University students, we've talked about the 4 guy types or love personality style: the meaning seeker, security seeker, knowledge seeker, and this week has been the excitement seeker. Now, you may be one of these. You might also have a secondary type that is underlying your primary preference. So you might be a meaning seeker, but then you have a secondary type of excitement, as Jonathan mentioned. Or you could be a knowledge seeker, and maybe you like security underneath that. Regardless of your primary or secondary type, the key is to embrace and accept who you really are. That's one of the keys of Love University, is to love yourself. And by loving yourself, you accept your unique style, your personality, whether you're one of these 4 we've been talking about: meaning seeker, excitement seeker, knowledge seeker, or security seeker. And then once you do that, you can go out and get involved in activities, clubs, organizations that resonate with the kind of person that you want to meet, who is usually someone who is similar to you in the deepest core preferences and values of life. They don't have to be exactly the same. Maybe they like bowling and you like football, but at the key core elements, you want to be the same or similar in terms of these personality types. Love University students, if you want to be on the show, if you have a show question or show idea, if you want to comment on today's show, you can write to us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. Call us at 310-226-8090. Visit us at loveuniversity.love. You can also like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Love University Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Love Letter U Podcast. You can download the show, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And you can pick up a copy of the book, Guy Types, on Amazon.com, which is a great little manual to help you identify the ideal person for you and how to meet them and have a great relationship. Love University students, it's time now to put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones, and go out this week and have a love week in which you love yourself, others, and higher nature. And find that person who really resonates with your true nature. Class is now dismissed. This is Dr. Alex Avila, Love University.